Hello, Fantasy Sports Wizard here, and welcome to episode 4 of the Quest. And today, as you can see, we're going to be doing all the advanced SBCs. Now, for me, this is what I paid. I don't expect you to go out and pay and copy them, but if you find that it helps you to do them, go ahead. Like, they might be cheaper solutions now, I don't know. But just a mental note, for the advanced ones, in this section, the last two, they do require loyalty. So if you're stuck on that, you can start a game against the team of the week, let the game kick off, and then go to your internet settings, test the connection, reconnect and whatnot. It kicks you out of Ultimate Team. You can go in and it counts as one game play, and you don't lose. It doesn't go on your record or anything, and it's just time consuming, really. I mean, if you need any help with that, just let me know and I'll do a little bit more in-depth notice for you, whether it's just a step-by-step in a comment down below, or I will do an actual video showing you how I did that. But these packs that I'm getting from these, they were really worth it. Like, right now, trying to do them as cheaply as possible, but it just wasn't so much to be for me. Like, I had to overpay on a few players that I needed to complete, and I didn't really want to kind of mess around trying to change everything completely. So there's a few players that I gave up that are probably not worth giving up. But in the end, like, I'm gonna make a huge profit on this. You're gonna see the packs at the end of each 4 segment, and it was well worth my time, and it's going to set me up in the long run that you're going to see down the line as we progress on the quest and we're starting out. Now, I haven't had a chance, like, this is filmed from a week ago now, and I'm still yet to venture online. And I mean, like I said in the previous couple of videos, I started a new role at work, so a lot of my time has been taken up learning that. And then when I've come home, like, I've eaten, and then I've had time, like, I just needed to get my squad battle games in. So it's left me with very little time to actually go out and edit videos and so forth. So I'm a little behind the game this year, so things are moving a little slower. But the beauty with squad battles this year, I am able to go and pick up like a game, get my 4 games in, and I'm gonna get decent rewards. Like, the next video you will see after this one will probably be the first 2 weekends rewards and a little bit of trading that I've done on the side. So that's pretty exciting. I mean, it's a really nice way of getting some rewards back. If you don't want to play like 40 games of FUT Champions, like, you can sort of dip in. Yeah, it's a bit of a grind. It does get a little boring and repetitive playing the AI, but at the same time, like, it's easier if you're far busier in real life and you can't sort of sit down and play all those games. As it stands, I still think that there's still too many games available. That you're playing 12 each day on the weekend, and then you've also got like your 40 FUT Champions games. That still needs to be reduced. I mean, the PC, like, 25 games. I mean, I know it's a smaller user base, but I think that's a better number compared to the 40 on console. It's too much. Like, it's a time thing, and it's a grind. Sure, like, it'll be nice to get like all the games in, but like right now I'm at 100 games played, and that's crazy. That the game's been out 2 weeks, if that. So 2-3 weeks. It's been crazy that I've already played that many games this year. Normally, like, I probably wouldn't have looked at that number until, say, like, start of November, end of November time. So it's crazy to think that with this addition to the game, like, I'm sort of playing it more. And I keep saying, like, I want to play it more because, like, these rewards are worth it. Now, I'm kind of hoping that with squad battles, there is a talk that they might add in monthlies. Now, if they do, that'd be great. Like, just add something extra. Or whether they do, I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see and hope and see what EA do. But that's something to look forward to if there is. I mean, it'll be nice that if they recognize that kind of commitment to doing squad battles. I mean, I can see myself towards the end of the month, sort of like there's going to be a drop off. Like you've already seen this weekend, the leaderboard was a lot easier to get, say, your elite status. So I think that as time progresses, it's going to continue to trail off, and you'll get lower boundaries, which will be nice in that sense. Then you could like go out and pick up some really good packs and stockpile them for, say, Team of the Year or a really good Team of the Week. And back to these packs, like we get Danny Rose there. Like this guy, I tried him out whilst waiting to sell him. I didn't find him to be great. I mean, I go ahead and I'll sell him for around 9,000 coins, and we also get Renato Sanchez, another guy that's selling for quite a decent amount of coins. But those two cards, I didn't find them to be that great. I don't know what it was. Like everyone seems to like have Danny Rose in their squad. I much prefer Matteo Darmian right now in that spot. And Renato Sanchez, he felt smooth on the ball when like running with it, but in terms of his finishing, it was dreadful. Like he couldn't finish his supper whatsoever, and I wound up selling him. He was just blazing countless opportunities over the bar or wide, and then I had enough. And these ones, the nations, pretty straightforward. Again, I mean, if you're stuck, and I'm going to reiterate this, just pause the video, check out like the player profiles that you're not sure on who I'm using, and just go ahead, go and pick them up, or see if you've got an alternative like player in your club that's got the same nationality or same league, and you can substitute in that way. And like as I said, these packs are well worth it. I mean, it's the last 4 squad builders for the advanced, that I really actually wind up not doing so well in. Everything else I did for a really nice profit, and it was pretty easy in the end. I mean, I just was just buying the players off the market just to complete what I had in my club. Like I haven't sort of built up that sort of player base in my club, so to speak. So I had to go out and try and snipe them for as cheaply as possible, and then sort of like try and balance it out with what else I had in my club. So it does take a little bit of playing around, but all these work aside. So I hope these are helping you. And like I said, like right now, opening packs is really worth it, especially like right at the start of the game. And if you're one of those people that do buy FIFA points, like you're gonna get your best value for money right now, because players are high. Like you can go ahead and sell them. They're not going to be going for low values once there are more coins on the market. Like, I mean, I don't. It's hard. I don't want to give anything away, but certain players, they are worth way more than they ever should be, and you'll see that in a later episode. But like a player that you do know that I have, Gabriel Jesus, um, he's great. I love that card. But is he worth like the 60,000 coins? I honestly don't believe so. For an 81 rated card, he's good, he's great, but he's a low rare, so he's gonna get packed a ton of times. Like the demand for him will be pretty high. I mean, he's like one of the upcoming stars of the game, but at the same time, he's just not worth that much. Like for that kind of price, I want to see a lot more for my card. Like, I can't think of an equivalent player that is kind of up there in that terms of coin for an 81. No, I mean like even Anthony Martial, I packed on my other account. He was going for like 55k or something stupid. I mean, he's a popular player and whatnot, and he seems to be as good as he was last year. But again, those two players, I mean, it is Premier League hype as well, which kind of impacts everything. Like, it makes everything far more expensive. But at the same time, I just don't see them like they're double what they probably really are worth. I mean, given time, like their price is just going to plummet. Sure, they will always be in demand, but it's unsustainable. Especially the Premier League market, like come Black Friday, come like just that over time, like prices are just going to drop. And it's just going to take, say, one good team of the week, where there's tons of big names in, like EA to flood in a ton of special offers, and that value is going to slide off, and then that ceiling of those players are just going to be dropped. So that's why I'm thinking, like, do I now sort of consider cashing out on Gabriel Jesus? I mean, right now, like, as you're watching this video, Player of the Month Mane has 4 days left, and I gotta say, I really want that card. I think he'll be perfect for my team, like Premier League, whatnot. And on just a sidetrack, we get our first walkout. I mean, I told you these packs were great. Like, we get an 87 Edison Cavani, and as I'm recording this video, like, he's going for 40,000 plus. That's crazy value. I had a great year, and he probably deserves to be rated higher based on that season. But is he worth that much again? I don't know. It's tough to say, like, where like these players' prices are going to settle. I mean, I know we saw last year that EA were able to really dictate the price of the market on certain players. Like, like you're always going to need some high-rated cards, particularly in your squad builder challenges where like you need a certain rating, so an 84 rating is required. You're going to need like several 87s, 88s just to boost that up. But again, like, is it finding that right balance with the players that are worth that much? And I mean, right now, like the untradeable method, like the 2-player packs, have been paying out big time for me. I mean, last night I pulled Socrates, David Silva, and Gonzalo Higuain, and that's crazy. Like, I got a 90, an 87, and an 86 sitting in my club. Now, like, I won't have to go out and pay them when I need them for a high-rated SBC. And I mean, they're so useful to have. Like, I just use discard players I had in my club and on my transfer list just to max them out and to complete them. And talking of Higuain, we packed the one and only El Shaarawy. And I got to say, like, having had his SBC card from last year, super excited to have that, despite the fact he's got a 2-star weak foot. How do you lose a 2-star weak foot when he was pretty sure he was at least a 4-star last year? That drop off just makes no sense to me. I mean, if you've used El Shaarawy, let me know in the comments below. I would greatly like to know how he gets on. Like, he's currently sitting on my transfer list. Like, I don't know whether I want to keep him because I know like he'll be really great for my team, and especially if I put him in a Serie A squad. And now that I have Higuain, well, that's a really nice connection. But at the same time, like, as we return back to that Player of the Month Mane, I really want that card. But the debate is, like, do I want to go in and like sell off what I have in my club to sort of get that card and then have barely anything left in my club and like funds to trade with? Because right now, like, having that kind of thing is critical. And like, I think right now Mane's going for 250 coins, and I mean like 60,000 of that is the fact that you need Mane. And so it's tough. Like, do you want to spend that much? I mean, he's an 87 rated card. He looks amazing. And my thought process with regards to where I'm going to play Mane is that I probably will play him as a right winger instead of left wing. I mean, eventually I want to have Anthony Martial or Eden Hazard as my left winger. So that means, like, then where does this card fit in my club if I'm going to have him not have him playing in his default position? Now, if you then look at the right wing spot in the Premier League, there's a real lack of options. I mean, you got Mkhitaryan, who looks a great card, but I personally think he's a far better cam than a winger. You have Willian, and I never got on with Willian. You have Shaqiri. He's a decent budget option. You have Bernardo Silva, who you've seen I have in my club, but at the same time, like, I found that Bernardo Silva has been disappointing. I'm still using him, but for me, he just isn't working. Then you're looking at players like Theo Walcott, and then he's inconsistent. A friend's been using Raheem Sterling and found him to be really good, but he's not that top tier winger that you want. Now, the interesting debate is Mohamed Salah. I think, given a couple of informs and the way he's going for Liverpool, his card could rival that of Mane's in that spot. Like, he got a one to watch, and as of right now, he's predicted to be getting a inform this week for helping Egypt qualify for the World Cup. So, in that sense, like, the way he's going, come the end of November, December, and the way he's like integral to Liverpool's attack, he could really be getting another inform or two on top of that. Like, he's been fantastic when watching Liverpool play. I mean, if he could finish more often or not, like, he probably would have Player of the Month instead. Like, it's crazy to think how well he's played and fitted into the Premier League, having been a bust at Chelsea, but then like tore it back up in the Serie A with Roma. So, like, fair play to him. Like, he's the one spot in the Premier League in the right wing spot that I think, given time, would probably make that spot his own in your squad. And that's why I kind of think, like, right now with the Mane situation, like, he's an 87 rated, his base card is an 84. If he gets any informs, it's going to be like an 85, 86. That card will probably cost 400 to 500k, I think. So in that sense, doing that SBC does seem to be more worthwhile in my eyes. And in the long run, we're gonna have either Harry Kane or Sergio Aguero SBC on Friday for the September Player of the Month. And if I'm honest, I don't think I would do the Harry Kane one. He just doesn't translate well into FIFA. Now, I would love the Aguero one, but in that sense, he's going to be super expensive. I mean, he's got an 89 rated inform now, so that's his highest card. So based on the Mane one, he's going to be looking at, say, a 92 rated card. At this early in the game, either EA are going to sort of like be going, it'll be interesting to see how they do it, because like a 92 rated card right now, that's a game changer. I mean, it'll be great to have it, but at the same time, you better have some coins to pay for that. Like, I mean, you're going to probably have to have Aguero or his inform, but that inform is a weak one, so that's worth like 1,000,000 coins. It's tough. Like, in that sense, in that kind of forward planning, doing the Mane one actually might be better off than sort of like going, well, if I sit back and wait, maybe I can get an Aguero. Or like I don't want Harry Kane. Like again, I just don't think he suits well in this game for me. He might work for you, but personally, I don't think he translates well, and I'm not alone in that kind of thinking. So with that being said, like let me know and like player of the month like for October. No, I mean September. Like who do you think that you would prefer out of those two? And would you want, if not, would you go ahead and do the Mane like I'm thinking of doing? And using my reasoning, like it makes sense to have Mane as a right winger and play him on 7 cam. So it's that kind of balance. Like right now, it's so critical to manage your resources. And I mean, like I'm slowly building up like squad fitnesses, which I find that because I don't really have a reserve team, I'm going through them every few games. Like I will go and take like a rough team like from the Bundesliga or Liga into Team of the Week or offline seasons just to get my fitness and basically complete my daily objectives. But I'm going through them a lot. But as we're coming to the last few hacks of this episode, you can see that this one's been a complete bust. We get Casillas, but he's gone downhill since he left Madrid. But I hope you found this useful, the conversation interesting. If you enjoyed this, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so. And aside from that, I'm the Fantasy Sports Wizard, and I shall see you all next time. Bye!